Now, as a real estate investor, I don't buy properties. I buy the numbers. This is for you. This goes out to one of the best property managers. Ain't no one else out there that can hang with you. You got these apartments on lock. Your hustle don't quit and your game don't stop. I know you're sick of me not paying the rent. Got my check next thing you know my money's spent. But I know I got a reckon, and I'll have your money on the 22nd. Listen, I get the question all the time, is now a good time to buy? Is it a good idea to buy real estate, or is it too late to jump in? Tons of people on this channel have asked about real estate and how they can implement the velocity banking method to increase their cash flow. But one question remains, is now a good time to buy real estate? I mean, prices have hit brand new record high after brand new record high, and it starts making a lot of people feel like this. And really, that's for good reason. November home prices rose 9.5%, which is one of the largest gains in history. What was fueled mostly by interest rates hitting their 17th record low. All the way down to, wait for it, 2.5% fixed for 30 years. And like you would assume, cheap mortgage rates means that buyers are snatching up real estate at any chance they could get. And at this current rate, we could run out of new homes in months. But the question remains, is it a good idea to buy a home, or should you even buy a house to begin with? Because it's so competitive and prices are rising even higher. Well, I'm going to take a stance tonight, and that stance is, you should not buy a home. In this video, I have chosen a side, and that side is, you shouldn't buy a home, at least right now. Okay? Unless you're prepared to handle 5 cases that I will present to you. Because despite the popular belief that owning a home could be one of the best financial choices you would ever make in your life, there are situations where it just doesn't make sense. After all, you don't want to be one of the 44% of people who regret their home purchase. But first, before I begin, I need your help. Go ahead and smash that like button, and also subscribe to me so you can see more videos for your financial savviness. All right. Number 1, are you down with the down payment? You see, the first reason you shouldn't buy a home is if you're not prepared to make the down payment. Yeah, sure, owning a home could be incredibly rewarding, and it's so nice to be able to do whatever you want. Okay. Like paint the entire room black for YouTube, or without worrying about your landlord snatching the security deposit. But very few people do the math behind it to make sure all of that makes financial sense for them. That's because there's one term that almost no one thinks about when they buy a house, or most things, and that term is opportunity cost. Or saying it in another way, okay, how much is that down payment worth to you if you just invested it somewhere else to grow that money? Now, any good economist will tell you that you not only need to look at the cost of getting something, you also need to look at the cost of not getting that same thing. Instead, if there's one thing I've learned after helping several families when it comes to buying and selling homes, it's that oftentimes having your money tied up in a house is not always the most profitable decision, even if it means you don't have a landlord. Now, generally, lenders are going to want to see a down payment anywhere from 5 to 25% of the home's value just to be able to close. And if you can't comfortably come up with that, then unfortunately, you're not in a position to buy a home quite yet. Having said that, yes, home equity is considered very safe, and the likelihood of you losing money over 30 years, as long as you just make your mortgage payment on time, is pretty much non-existent. But you're doing that at the expense of, right, opportunity cost, at the expense of being able to invest your money elsewhere at a potentially higher return. And that needs to be taken into consideration, all right? Not to mention the amount of interest that you'll be paying to someone else.